to have the Princess Royal in hospital, any hospital, overnight, would indicate that it is not a minor matter. Obviously, they had to keep her under observation. With a concussion, you never know, do you? It could be just a bang on the head and you're seeing stars, or it may be something more serious. So I'm quite sure the doctors took the proper, cautious approach to it all and just said, well, stay here overnight, we'll have a look at you in the morning and we'll get you home as soon as possible.
Buckingham Palace says Princess Anne is being treated in hospital this morning for a concussion and minor injuries after an accident on her estate. Rhiannon Mills is following the story.
It seems that this is some kind of freak accident that happened on the Gatcombe estate. If I read you the statement that Buckingham Palace put out, they said the Princess Royal has sustained minor injuries and concussion following an incident on the Gatcombe Park estate yesterday evening. Her Royal Highness remains in Southmead Hospital in Bristol as a precautionary measure for observation and is expected to make a full and swift recovery. The King has been kept closely informed and joins the whole royal family in sending his fondest love and well wishes to the Princess for a speedy recovery. So you can see from the statement there aren't that many details, but things are starting to come out now. We understand that the Princess Royal was walking in a kind of private area on the Gatcombe estate when this incident happened. Doctors apparently say that the injuries she then sustained to her head are consistent with her potentially being kicked by a horse or headbutted by a horse. Now, after that, emergency services, as you can imagine, were called, and then it was decided that she should be taken to hospital, which is fairly consistent with anyone who has suffered any form of concussion. Now, some details are starting to come out from locals who were there yesterday evening, who were in the vicinity. Apparently, an air ambulance did land on the estate, but we're now being told that Princess Anne didn't need to be taken to hospital in that air ambulance. Her husband, Tim Lawrence, was with her. Also on the estate last night were her two children, Zara and Peter. But of course, this will cause huge concern. Anyone having a head injury is enormously worrying. But the palace very clearly is saying that she is in hospital for precautionary measures. Now, we have to remember that Princess Anne, of course, like every member of the royal family, has been brought up around horses, but for her it is a real passion. She is such an accomplished horse rider. We saw her here, just over a week ago, during that procession for Trooping the Colour, having to put a real handle on Noble, the horse that she was on at the time, who kind of seemed to have other ideas about where he wanted to go in the procession. She is also very affectionately known as very much a no-nonsense member of the royal family. So I suspect she's probably not terribly pleased that we're all talking about her health matters, but she is a really important senior working royal. So I think that's why the palace decided they had to put out this statement, especially as she still remains in hospital at the moment. Now, it means that doctors have said that all engagements are off for this week. She has apologised to anyone that she's letting down. Also, she's not going to be able to take part in a trip to Canada either. But again, palace keeps saying she is in hospital for precautionary measures.